Friends, welcome back from the imposter syndrome inducing full face wearing bike park weekend. I've got the dirt jumper in the bike stand, no rear wheel on it because it is about to go through one of the, in my opinion, for this bike, most important upgrades that it could possibly use. Going from a quick release hyperglide style mountain bike rear hub to a proper BMX style 135 mil rear hub. Why is that important? You see how the STP has these adjustable dropout hangers, these adjustable chain tensioners? A quick release axle only sits in this part of the dropout, and it's just the skewer that gets adjusted by this. So if you put a bunch of power down, the wheel still shifts. And it's actually done a really, really good job of absolutely decimating the aluminum on the inside. You see how it's just, look how messed up that is. This will actually butt up against the chain tensioner and actually stay in place. All right, let's get this laced up. I've already done the dismantling, as you've seen by having the hub in my hand. And then let's go from there. This somehow feels a little lighter, but I don't know how much I believe that. So the next problem is I've gone from a 16 tooth cog down to this is a 10 tooth cassette driver. That means this chainring, this massive giant chainring, is just gonna be a little too much. So I'm gonna steal the crankset and the bottom bracket out of the GTMX. I'm gonna keep cannibalizing that bike and throw it on this. So I'll go from whatever this chainring size is down to a 30 tooth and a 10, 30, 10. I don't know, that might be a little hard, but I don't really know how old this chain is, but I'm gonna reuse it anyway. Whoa, that has made a way bigger difference than I expected. So I think any of you who are truly paying attention will of course notice that I did not put on the 30 tooth sprocket, and I went with a 25 tooth that I had kind of sitting in the parts drawers. I sort of looked up what the gear ratio would be, 30-10, and it was pretty tall. Not really something I want to be riding, especially when I'm going to do stuff like this, just like cruise around town and kind of just go explore a little bit. But the effect of the new hub, the swapped out cranks, the smaller chain ring and cog size has resulted in a situation where I can really shorten up the rear end, and the rear end has become significantly lighter. The rear end of this thing just swings around so much nicer than it ever used to. It was such a chore to do 180s on this before, but now it's just kind of so good. It's very BMX-y. I do really like coming to this spot. I know I've been doing updates from the Mount Edwards jumps, trying to like revamp those, get those working pretty decent. But the beauty of this spot is everything kind of stays in the shade and keeps from getting so dry and dusty and falling apart that this place stays in really, really good shape always. That, and the guy who comes here to maintain this place does a really good job of it. So it's always like ready to go. This jump is so unintimidating that it's actually a pretty good place to try and learn some stuff. And because this is working so good, well, I can't help but feel like it might be a good opportunity to really put the college try in on some cans, maybe some no-foot cans. I don't know, maybe tuck no hander. I've done tuck no handers in my life, but maybe today's a decent day to try some tuck no handers. What else? Okay, here we go. Big can. It's just the foot over the frame kick. The important part there is getting your foot back on. Yo! That is certainly the most consistent I've ever thrown those. That is super exciting. Let me just say, if you're like thinking about starting dirt jumping and you watch all the other channels where people are doing wildly crazy stuff and that demotivates you from starting, just know that the feeling that I'm having right now for a single 1 foot can, 1 foot over the top tube, I'm like it doesn't need to all be flips and crazy. It all feels sick, just progressing a little bit every time. I do hope that I can take that to other jumps as consistently as I was just doing it there. I feel like I'm starting to get the motion right. That's what you're looking for. I think the most appropriate way to know whether or not I've got it dialed is to throw it in a line, do a 1 foot can, just a can over the hip, and then something off this right here, like a 180 bar or something. So this would be a really wide shot, completely underwhelming, but here we are. That was pretty good. That took forever. There are those days where things just sort of seem to be clicking and jiving and everything you seem to try actually work out. And generally they're not when I'm alone. Typically this is the type of riding I do when like I have a group of friends around, you can feed off of the energy, but oddly enough, it seems to be working on my own today and I will take it. I want to try and do something on just about every feature in here. So I'm thinking if I go in the opposite direction, I might be able to do that. To fulfill this little goal that I have, I'm gonna come out of here and like toboggan or something into the little lip here, go around all of the berms, come through here, 270 into this, back down here, and then maybe bar this hip. And then if I can get over there, I don't know. Right, toboggan, 270 bar. Can I 270 this? Yes, but not that good. Toboggan, 270, which feels super good. Bar. That's it. That's all I need. And then maybe something else. But don't think about it so much. Just have fun. Everything's all right. Berm. firm, firm, firm. There we go. This has turned into my favorite part here. And back. Did it look okay? I'll do it again. My favorite part here. And back. There we go. All right, I'm gonna do a super street dirt line. That's street. I think I'll actually go ride a little bit of street, but I should probably consume some sort of liquid or I'll die. What am I looking for? Sean, can I rent a 6mm Allen key from you for a $10 bill?
What?
So, you know, I've been doing this a long time, you know that. So there's no excuse for the fact that I know that the chain is gonna stretch, everything's gonna settle, the chain will come loose and I'll need to retension. Did I bring tools? No. Is the brake rubbing like crazy after borrowing a tool at a bike shop and not realigning my brake caliper? Yes. I'm always met with a bunch of disappointment in the comments when you guys see me do stuff like this, but like, it's been 7 years. It's not gonna change. I'm never gonna learn. The way I see it, it's just wild resistance training. Keeps me strong, young, stupid.